for being here. I'm instructor Dwayne Jenkins here at Dwayne's Guitar Lessons, where we're teaching you how to improve your guitar playing skills at all levels. Today's video we're going to be talking about something I get asked about a lot from some of my students, about what the difference is between like our majors or minor and how we can tell the difference between them, okay? And for every major, the thing you got to remember is that our Western style of music is made up of majors and minors, okay? You have majors and minors, and for every major you have a relative minor, and for every minor you have a relative major. And that makes a difference because if you're doing like say some rhythm playing or even lead guitar playing, it kind of lets you know where you can play at on the fretboard if you know this information, okay? So that's what we'll learn today, is how to figure out the relative minor to a major and vice versa, okay? So if that's something you're interested in, stick around. We're going to check it out right now.
Audio Jungle.
Alright, so here we have the musical alphabet is what everything starts with. These are the 12 notes that make up our musical system, okay? In Western style of music is made up of these 12 notes. The A, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. 12 notes, okay? Now out of those 12 notes, we're going to make a major scale with 8 of them. So every major scale is made up of 8 notes. So in this example here, I made them a major scale. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and A. And all these have been taken out of these 12 notes here. Now, they need to be these specific notes so that they fall into the do, re, mi. This is what all major scales are going to sound like. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So if it don't sound like that, it's not a major scale. And that's all major scales. In any key, doesn't really matter. And it's going to be made up of 8 notes, okay? That's why this one is sharp, that's one sharp, that's one sharp, because it has to make have that sound. If that was a C, it wouldn't sound like mi. If that was an F, it wouldn't sound like la. If that was just a regular G, it wouldn't sound like T, okay? Now, so if you notice this, we have 8 notes taken out of the 12. Does that make sense? Excellent. Okay, now if you notice here, now I've created the A minor scale. All right, now the A minor scale, what you do to make a minor scale is you have to flatten the 3rd, the 6th, and the 7th note of the major. Okay? So if you look at the A major scale, our 3rd is a C sharp, we flatten that to a C. The 6th is an F sharp, we flatten that by 1 fret, it becomes F. The G is a G sharp, we flatten it to G. Now if this was a regular G, it would be G flat, but since it's G sharp, we bring it down to G. Okay, so now our A minor scale is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. The major is A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. So as you can see, we flatten these 3 notes to make the A minor scale. All right, now, if we look at our C major scale, okay, what's great about the C major scale, it's one of the first scales that we start with when we're learning like music theory, is because it doesn't have any sharps or flats, or accidentals as it's sometimes called. So this one, C major, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. As you can see, nothing is sharp. And if you go through these notes, you'll see that it has the do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. I didn't write it above that, but that's what it sounds like, okay? So if this was like, if any of these were sharp, it wouldn't sound like that. So that's the reason why those particular notes are chosen in any major scale, okay? Now, so we have the A minor scale, we have the C major scale, okay? Now, if you look at the relativity of it, which is right down here at the bottom, all right, let me see if I can bring this up here so you can see this better. The C major, okay, let me see if I can zoom in on this. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have our C major scale, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and we have our A minor scale, which you probably can't see this the greatest with this. There we go. Okay, I think you can see that better now. Is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So as you can tell, they're the same notes. Okay, even though A is starting with an A, and the C is starting with C, if you look at the two scales, they're the same notes. That's what makes them relative, okay? And this goes with any major, minor scale. So, if you want to figure out the relative minor to any major, you just need to flatten the 3rd, 6th, and 7th note, and that'll tell you what it is. Alright, so there we have it, the relative major minor theory, and this goes with any major scale, minor scale. If you just got to know your notes though, okay? You got to know how to find the notes of the scale. Alright? If you don't know the notes, it's not going to really help you. So once you know the notes to the scale, any scale, I don't care if it's G or E or whatever, then you can do that, okay, on paper. Now, if you want to do a simpler way of doing it without, you know, really knowing all the technical aspects behind it, then all you have to do is take like a major, like let's say you're playing G major, okay? You go down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, that's your relative minor, which would be E minor, okay? Let's say we're playing A major, right here at the 5th fret, okay? A major, you go down 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, your relative is F sharp minor, okay? And if you play those two chords, you'll see that they sound really good together because they're relative. If you were to look at the two notes of those scales, the A major scale and the F sharp minor scale, you would see that they're comprised of the same notes, okay? And that goes with anything. So if you're playing, let's say, A minor, and you want to find the relative major, same thing, except for going down 3 frets, you're going to go up 3 frets. 1, 2, 3, C major, which is what I showed you in that piece of paper on the last, you know, in this lesson. So if you want a simple way of doing it without knowing all the technicality of it, you just have to go down either 3 frets down for the minor or 3 frets up for the relative major. Okay. Now the other guys don't want to know all that technicality stuff, but so if you're trying to even figure out chords, like if let's say you create a chord, right? Let's say you're playing, you know, A major, and you say, okay, well, what can go with this? Where can I go from here? Well, right off the bat, you can go to the relative minor. Those two chords are going to sound great together. Okay. As you can kind of hear, they sound good because they're made up of the same notes. Same thing if you were doing A minor, go to C major. And you can clearly hear that they sound good together. Alright, so there's a lot more to that, but that's the basic fundamental of finding your relative minor to your major, and it really helps you with creating chord progressions for like songwriting, and it helps you for solos, like where to play when it comes to creating solos. Alright, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If there's a video that you'd like me to make for you or something, let me know. I'd be happy to do that because that's what I do here. Teach you how to play guitar, teach you how to improve your guitar playing skills, and that's what we're doing, have some fun learning how to play guitar, alright? So be sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with somebody, you know, because that's what we want to do. We want to get the information out there to the people who can need it, alright? So be sure to do that, keep practicing, and I will see you at our next lesson.